হ্যালো ম্যাম।
তোমার বলো।
বলছি ম্যাম, নেক্সট দিন থেকে এই টাইমটা চেঞ্জ করলে একটু ভালো হতো। এটা ক্লাস টাইম হয়ে যাচ্ছে।
কোন টাইমে? হ্যাঁ, একটা টাইম চেঞ্জ করতে গেলে তোমার বহুত বড় কেওয়াজ ঘটবে।
ঠিক আছে
কেন,
ম্যাম, ঠিক আছে।
অসুবিধা কি তোমার এই টাইমটাই? তো এটা তো ক্লাসের টাইম।
ঠিক আছে ম্যাম, কোনো প্রবলেম নাই, ঠিক আছে।
আর তোমরা যদি অন্য টাইমে অ্যাডজাস্ট করতে পারো সেটা আলাদা ব্যাপার, কিন্তু সবার একসঙ্গে অ্যাডজাস্টমেন্ট আই থিঙ্ক হবে না। সো আমরা লাস্ট কি ডিসকাস করছিলাম? সো ডেটা টাইপস থেকে স্টার্ট করবো আজকে, ওকে? So let's start the data types which is used in our C language. Okay. So in C language, you can see that there are lots of data types. Okay. So let's discuss those basic data types. So the primary data types, you can see that integer data types and floating data types, and generally you can categorize the data types in primary data types and derived data types in C. So primary data types, integer data types, float data type, these are the primary data types. And next is derived data types, means the data types which are coming from that, with that help of the primary data type, we are creating the derived data type. So pointer data type, array, structure, union, function. So you will see these data types. So these are the derived data types. Except this primary and derived data type, we have also the enumerated data types and void data type. So void means that data type specifier, that means it indicates that no value is available. So last day I have told that void mean, suppose you have used that void keyword before that main function, that means that function will not return anything. So if you do not want to assign any value, so in that case you can use this void data type. And later you will see that enumerated data type. So the basically in our program we will use these primary and derived data type. So remember this thing: float and integer data type, primary data type and derived data type. You can see primary data type character is also primary data type, and derived data type array, structure, union, pointer. These are the derived data types. Okay. So let's see in detail the integer type. So here integer data type. Here you can see that size of the data type and that range of the data type. So char, first in char it is 1 byte data type, and that range is from -128 to 127. And unassigned char, it is also 1 byte, and value range is the 0 to 255. Signed char, so signed char, it is also 1 byte in size. And please, you join please within 5 to 10 minutes, okay? Because every time you are just one person is coming 1, 2, 3 minutes, it is disturbing. So next 2 byte, sorry, integer data type size is that 2 or 4 bytes. So 2 or 4 bytes means it is depending upon the platform, the size of that integer that differs. So unsigned int, it is also 2, 4 bytes. Short, it is 2 bytes. Here it is the range unsigned short in long integer data types, and assigned unsigned long integer data types. So you can see there are lots of data types comes under this integer data types. Okay. So here you can see the size of the data types also. So remember these types and the size of the data type. We do not need to remember the range. Okay.
Ma'am, what
So
is the
you can
difference
use
between signed int and unsigned int?
signed int and unsigned int means whenever you are using, suppose you are using integer data type. So if you are using, suppose you have taken a value, suppose you minus uh, 300. Okay, so you have put it a sign minus. So that is why it is called that means signed data type. And if you do not use any kind of sign, so that means it is a positive number. So suppose 500, so this is unsigned data type. Unsigned data type means it is if you are not putting any value, if you are not putting a sign, so that means it is a positive number. Okay, that means you means suppose you have written in this way, suppose you have put a value minus 500, so this minus, this is a sign, so this is a negative value. So and if you are, suppose you can also write it in this 500, but we generally do not write plus sign, because if anything is not before that number, so obviously it is a positive number. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Rejaul Haq. So please join from next class, else I will not accept. Okay. So remember these things. Please join within 5 to 10 minutes. But after that, I will not accept those requests. So the character is I have told, and then integer type, long integer data type. That means very large number you want to use. So here you can see that long integer data type. Okay, and if you want to do a program and you want to see, if suppose you want to check what is that size of your data type, so you can do it by this size of operator. This size of operator. Okay. So what does it mean? What is this size of operator? So this is the operator which tells you the size of that data type. Okay, it will show the storage size of that objects or type in bytes. It will give you bytes. So 1 byte is basically one byte. That means it is 8 bits. Okay, so I think you know that conversion. You are familiar with that. So suppose you want to here you can see this line printf function. Here you can see we have used size of int. So size of int, so it will show you that it will if you run that program, if you compile and execute that program, so it will, here you can see, suppose it is the output you are getting. So 4 means it is 4 bytes. Okay, so suppose if you just put the size of, suppose you have put it anything, suppose you have put it, suppose integer int, that means it will produce you that result of that type, means size of this integer data type. If you put here float, so it will return you that float data type size. Okay, so you can check what is that type of your, what is the size of your data. Okay, so next is floating point types. So within floating point types we have these types: float, double value, long double value. So what are the size of this data type? Float value. Float value means that decimal point value. That means, sorry, suppose you have put a 12.5. Okay, so this is a float value. Suppose you have given 19.15. This is a float value. But if you write, suppose 877, so this is integer value. Okay, so the number which have a decimal point, so those are floating numbers, floating point data types. Okay, so the size of this float is 4 bytes, and the range is this one, and it has 6 decimal places. Means after point we can have up to 6 decimal values. So next is double data types. That is that size is double than float. That size of this double is 8 byte and it has 15 decimal places. Next is long double bind. Next to you have a float number which is very long. So this is double long, long double data type. This size of this is 10 bytes. So you can ask what is the suppose you maybe ask what is the type of what is the size of the double data type. So it will be 8 byte. Okay. So remember these things. What are the size of these data types? Okay. So you can make a program and you can check. Or suppose you have written in a equal to suppose you have written a equal to 69. Now you want to check what is the size of it. So you can use that printf function size of operator you can use a. So it will show you the size of this a value. Okay, a integer data type. So it will produce you it depending upon the platform. It may be 4 or it may be 2 bytes. So here you can see that means here we have just taken some printf function and positive value for minimum positive value, maximum positive, those things are printed. Here you can see size of float it is taken. So it will give you that size of float value. So float data type, that means it is 4 bytes, so output is 4. So now the void data type, as I have specified that if you do not want to assign any value, so that time you can use this void keyword. So now you can use this in 3 types of situation. In 3 situation you can use this void keyword. So you can use the first, I have already told that we can use that void keyword in our main function. Before main function, we can use our void keyword. So before main is a function. So before function, so this is the thing. Function returns as void. So that means there are various functions in C which do not return any value, or you can say they return void. So whenever you do not want to return anything from a function, so at that time we can use this void keyword. So a function with no return value has the return type as void. Suppose void exit. This is another function, void exit function we have taken. We do not want to return any value from this function. So here void is taken. And suppose you have taken main function. Before that you have used void keyword. That means it will not produce any value. Okay. So next is void can be used as also function arguments also. Function argument means whenever suppose you have taken a function, suppose add, and you have used suppose void keyword here. Sorry, here void. Okay. So whenever you are putting within that function, this is considered as argument. Okay. So this is the argument. So you can also define the argument as also void type. So void type arguments mean it will not have any argument. So there are many various functions in C which do not accept any parameter, and a function with no parameter can accept a void. Suppose int rand function. This is void. So void means we do not have. Suppose you have used add void. That means nothing, no value is passing through this function. Next is void can be also used before to a pointer also. So when we will discuss that pointer, you will see that we have used void keyword. So a pointer of type void means it represents represent the address of an object, but it's not the type. Means suppose if you see malloc function, this is a function malloc, and before malloc function you have put it that star mark. That means it is a pointer. So next void keyword. So you have used that void keyword to a pointer. So that means it will return a pointer to void, which can be casted to any data type. That means if you are using a void to a pointer, that means that will contain any kind of data type. It does not define any particular data type. Okay. So next is variables. So variables means variable it is used to store the value of that data. Okay. So variable, the value of that variable can change. So basically variable is nothing but it is that name given to that storage area, that area where our programs can manipulate. So in C language, you will see the different types of variables, and depending upon the variable types, it is creating different types of memory area. We can store the value of that variable. So let's see, and remember the things that variable name, whenever you are giving a name to that variable, it can be composed of letters or digits or underscore character, and you can also begin a variable name with a letter or an underscore. And I have already told that C language is case sensitive. That means if you are writing anything in upper letter or lower letter, it will act differently. So whenever you are defining a variable, so keep it the same in that, keep that variable name same in the whole program. So let's see the types of that variable. So and the description of those data types. So char variable. So it is used to store a single character value. Okay. Next integer. So this is used to store the integer value. Float. It is used to contain that store value, means floating point value. Double. It is also used to store that floating point numbers. Void. That means if you do not want to give any value, we can use that void keyword. Okay. So now how to define a variable and how to use it. So whenever you are using a variable, so that means when you are defining a variable, that means it is telling that compiler how means where and how much storage to create for that variable. So when you are defining a variable, so depending upon the type, that memory area will be created. Okay. So whenever you are defining it, you have to specify the type, data type, and next we have to assign the value of that variable. So here the basic syntax is this one, this one, type and variable list. Variable list means you can put any number of variables, more than one variable you can also use. So let's see some example of this variable. So these are some defined objects. So suppose first one, consider first one int ijk. So ijk, so these are three variables, okay, and all are integer data types. So you can assign more than one variable in a single line, but you have to put a comma between those variables, else it will be considered as one. That means you have suppose written int a, and next you have put a b, then you have put a semicolon. So it is a single variable ab. Okay. If you want to consider A, B different variables, so obviously you have to put a comma between this. So if you have given comma, that means A is just one variable, B is another variable. Okay. Do you understand? Hello? No one is answering. Hello? Okay. So if you want to use A, B as different variable, so you have to define it properly. And in C language, if you do not maintain the syntax properly, it will generate the error during that compilation. Okay. So these are some valid declaration of that variable. If suppose the type variable C, CH, so there are two different variables, character types, C and CH. Next is float, F, salary. So here also two variables of float type is defined. Now double type variable name is D. Okay. So here in this way we can declare the variable. Now if we want to assign the value, so how to assign the value? So here you extend int d equal to 3. Suppose we have taken d variable, a variable, and we have given that value 3, 5. So we have put it assign that value to that variable. Next, integer data type we have given value. So if you are putting that value of that variable in one line, it is possible, but if you want to do it in separate line, it is also possible. That means suppose you have, and after that you have given that value a equal to suppose 50, and a equal to 50 you have given, and then b equal to suppose 60 given. That is also correct. Okay. Or you can assign it in a single line also. You can also do it as a equal to 50, comma, you can give b equal to 60. So in single line you can do it, or in multiple line you can also do it. Both are valid. Okay. So here lots of data type are there. Byte type, z equal to 22, character type, and character, if you are putting character data type, so you have to assign the value within a single. So remember these things, whenever you are assigning a character value, it will be within a single quotation. Okay. So here is that different the main function we have a, b, c, a, different type of variables. We have defined, this is definition, variable declared. Now we have put it that value. We have assigned value here a, b. Now we want to add a plus b. So we have put it c equal to a plus b. And now printf function, we want to display the value of c. And here if we have this point value, that means say it is a floating number, we want to print that number, so we have taken printf function, so it will produce that value of f. Okay. Next is constant. So constant means it refers to that fixed values. That means the program may not alter during its execution. And the fixed values are also called also literal. So what is the difference between a constant and a variable? So both are used to store that value of the data, but the difference is that a variable, whenever you are using a variable, so the value of that variable can differ, but constant, if you are using constant, that means that value is fixed. That value will not be altered. So this is the difference. So if you written int a equal to 50, so after some statement you can change that value a equal to 100. This is possible for variable. But if you put it constant, so if you do that, if you change that value, it will not be accepted. It will produce you the error during that compilation. Okay. Okay, so one thing remember, that integer value, so integer literal value, it can be a decimal value, octal value, hexadecimal value, constant value. So you can see some prefix specifies to that base, if it is 0x or 0 uh, small x. Just 1 minute. Uh, just 1 minute. Hello. So, if you put that 0x or capital X, so that means it is a hexadecimal number. And if you put 0, so that means it is a octal number. And if you do not specify anything, that means it is a decimal number. Okay. And for in case of unsigned or long integer, so you can use for unsigned, this is U is used, and for long integer, L is used. Okay. So the suffix or prefix, it can be in uppercase or lowercase, it does not matter. Okay, so here are some examples of some integer literals. So 85, anything is not mentioned, that means it is a decimal value, integer value. Next 0 to 13, that means it is starting with 0, that means it is a total number. 0x4b, it is a hexadecimal number. 30, that means it is a integer number. U, that means it is an unassigned integer. L, that means it is a long integer. UL, that means it is unsigned long integer. Okay. Someone wants to join now after Muhammad Kajafi. Is he your classmate? No, I have denied. After completing the class, he wants to join. So next is floating point literal. As I have said, that it has a decimal point, fractional part, or it can have the exponent part. Okay. So 3.14, this is floating point. You can see that point, so it is a floating point number. So next is component character value. Mm, hello, hello, hello. Last one joined Kajafi. Why you are so late? He is muted. Hello. No one is answering. So characters, if you are using a character literals, so if you are assigning a value to the variable, so do it within a single quotation. Whenever you are using, you are putting that value, we have to put it in a single quotes. Okay. So character literals are enclosed with single quotes, and you can see that quotation, within quotation we have X, it can represent it. That means it is used to store a character value. So let's see some examples. So there are certain characters in C which have special meaning, and when it is preceded by backslash. Okay. So here you see that /n or /t. So this called as some escape sequence. So see, let's see some. these types of characters. So double slash, escape sequence double backslash, that means meaning it is a this slash is a character, and you want to put a single quotation, you have to put it in this way. So backslash, then quotation, double character. So in this way we can do it. So next is slash n. You have seen slash n, that means escape sequence. This means it is a new line. That next statement will be printed in a new line. Okay. So there are lots of these tabs. Slash p, that means it is defining that horizontal tab, v, vertical tab, etc. Okay. So it is simple program where you have printed just hello world. See, you have used that t slash t, that step sequence. Okay. So in the last class, someone is telling slash n it is a function, and I have told that slash n it is not a function. Okay. So this is used for printing that in a new line. This is correct, but it is not a function. So this is a escape star. New line is started. Suppose you have put any, you have put it, suppose suppose you have written something this way. Suppose you have what different. Hello. अच्छा. ठीक আছে. So if you put a slash in, that means it will output will be in a new line. Printf. Suppose you have put a Dahlia, then you have put a slash in. Okay. And you have put it university. If you give in this way, so it will print Alia University, and that university it will go to that next line. Okay. And here you have put a T, so it is a tab. So there is a space between these two words. So next is string. So string means it is a collection of characters. Okay. So whenever you are defining string, it will be always within double quotes. So character for character within single quotes, and for string it will be enclosed with double quotes. So anything, if you are giving value to a string, we have to write it within double quotation. Okay. So let's see that example. So suppose hello, this is a string, or dear, this is string. So you can write in different way. So all the forms are valid. Or you can write in this way also. So defining some constant. So next day I will start from that defining constant in your next class. Okay. So in today's class we have shown that variable, different types of variables, different types of operators, size of operator, how to use that, how to get the values, what are the range, what are the size of the different characters, etc. Okay. Okay. So just 1 minute, I have to take attendance first. Where is the attendance list? electrical,